Hello everybody, how y'all doing today? Welcome once again to our daily dose of English. In today's episode, I want to talk to you about the expression a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. We're also going to talk about the phrasal verb catch on, and the business vocabulary to entertain. At the end of this podcast, we're also going to talk about alternative uses for the verb have. So stick around and let's get started. If you're new here at the Daily Dose podcast, this is a podcast that goes out every day for advanced English speakers, English students, people trying to improve their fluency in general in English. Every day I sent out an expression, a phrasal verb, a business vocabulary, and some general tips on how to speak English better. So if that's what you're looking for, you have come to the right place. Let's get started. The expression of the day today is the expression a blessing in disguise. A blessing in disguise. What that expression means is that a good thing that seemed bad at first, but actually was really good. So when you have something bad that happens in your life, apparently bad, but then it turns out to be a good thing, like for example, let's say that you've lost your job, right? For whatever reason, you've been fired, but after you've been fired, the first few days were difficult because you were like, okay, what am I going to do with my life now? Then you decide to start your own company. You decide to start your own business, and that ends up being better than what was before. So you could say that I've lost my job, but that ended up being a blessing in disguise because now I have more time with my family. So that's what it is. A blessing in disguise is when something apparently bad happens, and at first everybody thinks, oh my God, what am I going to do? But then you find a way and you see the good things. You see the silver lining in everything, and it ends up being a wonderful thing for you. So we call that a blessing in disguise. For the phrasal verb of the day, we have the phrasal verb to catch on. To catch on, right? The phrasal verb to catch on means that something became or is going to become more popular, right? So we use that phrasal verb to catch on when something becomes popular or when something becomes common, or as we say today, the kids say today, when it goes viral. Right? Something goes viral on the internet, an expression, a video, a process, a methodology. We can say that it catches on, or it caught on, the past of the verb catch. So for example, we could say, people are more and more lonely. I hope that doesn't catch on. It means I hope that it doesn't become popular. I hope that this doesn't become common in the world. For the business vocabulary today, we have the verb to entertain. To entertain. To entertain basically means to amuse someone or to cause enjoyment. Right? So that's why we have an industry called entertainment industry. The entertainment industry entertains us, the population, the audience, right? So to entertain is to cause good feelings. When you're watching something and you are connected, you're interested, we say that that is very entertaining, right? So to entertain is to cause enjoyment, right? To amuse someone. Now that verb has also another meaning, which is to take into account or to take into consideration. So, for example, I could say, I can't even entertain the notion of being alone in the universe. It means that I can even imagine that we are alone in the universe, right? Let's say, for example, that we have a very big customer, right? This is our biggest customer, and people are talking about the possibility of this customer canceling the contract. So I could come and say, we can't even entertain the idea that we're going to lose this customer. It means that we can't even think about it, right? We can't think about it. It's not going to happen. So that's the idea when you use the verb entertain, as to, take into account or take into consideration. We could also use in the affirmative. I could say, guys, we have to entertain the notion that maybe this is not going to work. We have to take into account, take into consideration that maybe this is not going to work. Now, for the final bit of our podcast today, I want to talk to you about alternative uses for the verb have. As everybody knows, the verb have indicates possession, right? So if I say I have a car, it means the car belongs to me. It is my possession. I have a car, I have a house, I have a job. It belongs to me. But we can also use the verb have when we talk about food or drinks. So, for example, you can have a meal, you can have lunch, you can have breakfast, you can have dinner, right? So we have lunch at 12 o'clock. We have dinner at night. I had a good breakfast this morning. So you have meals, right? You can use have for food, actually. You can say, I had a pizza last night. You see, I had a pizza last night. Now, you might be wondering, Marcelo, is it okay if I say I ate a pizza last night? Yes, it's okay, but native American speakers of English, normally they're going to use the term, I had a pizza last night. And the same goes for beer, for example. You can have a beer. Hey, let's have a beer tonight, guys. How about that? Let's have a beer tonight, right? You can have some coffee. Guys, I would like to have some coffee. Let's have some coffee now. So you can use the verb have to talk about meals, to talk about food. You can also use the verb have to talk about drinks. So would you like to have a beer tonight? Would you like to have some coffee? That's the way it goes. Alternatively, you can also use the verb have to talk about meetings, right? You have a meeting. So I have a meeting tonight. I have a meeting this afternoon at 2 o'clock. I had a meeting yesterday about a problem. So that is a common word that you can say. I hear a lot of people from Brazil using the verb make. I made a meeting. And that is incorrect. You don't make a meeting, right? You have a meeting. So we had a meeting yesterday about this project. I will have a meeting tomorrow about whatever it is. Well, that's it for today. I hope you've enjoyed yourself. I hope you liked this podcast, and I hope you learned something new. Please remember, that's very important. Remember to, if you like this podcast, share the podcast with your friends, colleagues, work groups, so that we can spread the word to as many people as possible, right? And if you haven't yet subscribed to my channel, to my YouTube channel, please do so, because it will help me tremendously in the job that I do. So don't forget, like it, share, and subscribe. And if you're interested in older episodes of my podcast, you can go to my YouTube channel where you find all the episodes, or to my LinkedIn profile. Go to my LinkedIn profile, and right there under posts or activities, you're going to find all the previous episodes of our daily dose of English. So that's it for today, guys. God bless you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.